by your water so clear, sounds the lark's merry song. On your green banks I wander, where first I did join with you, lovely Molly, the rose of Moyvane. Oh Molly, dear Molly, it breaks my fond heart to know that we two forever must part. But I think of you, Molly, where sun and moon shine on the banks of the Suir that flows down by Mooncoin. So flow on, lovely river, flow gently along, by your water so clear, sounds the lark's merry song. On your green banks I wander, where first I did join with you, lovely Molly, the rose of Mooncoin.
When I was young, in my father's house, we were poor but rich in love. No TV, but music there was plenty of. My mama hummed old melodies, and we all sang along. In my father's house, when I was young. In my father's house, a smile would greet you at the door, a friendly word, even travellers there was welcome for. And at night time neighbours gathered in, and might stay till 12 or 1. In my father's house, when I was young. The years have passed, and times are changing. The rambling house is almost gone, yet still I hear the laughter of children, just like long ago, when I was young. In my father's house, we were poor but rich in love. No TV, oh, but music there was plenty of. My mama hummed old melodies, and we all sang along. In my father's house, when I was young.
Susie, the day has come, the hour has passed, now he has done the deed. His days of single bliss of woe, now 'tis through shoulders to the wheel. For years he got a mighty dash, in Huffbus far and near. He sang the song and danced the dance, but never touched the wheel. No doubt he brought some girls' hearts from Arcade of Port McGee. Only the Canaries still wonders where is he. She means that handsome Irish bloke that came from here for thee. With his father's wit and his mother's smile, I know most would agree that the girl who finally captured him was a credit to our sea. So one by one they bite the dust because of some woman's smile. The cagey ones, the cocky ones, those who said as one of mine, figure so much as winter them, it happens all the while. And as that very light stretches out like a pathway to the stars, no doubt they'll pass the Milky Way, which is way out beyond Mars. And he'll say to darling Dolly, what a great idea it would be to set up a branch of Kerry Co-op where all this milk is free. You know it.
I saw the grave of Filename, where the Shannon waters flow. The next I saw was Filename town with her ancient abbey walls. The preaching of her holy monks re-echoes through her halls. I stood with reverence on the spot we looked in for to go. From the town of saints and sages where the Shannon waters flow.
And the trees of sweet blooming, and the wild mountain high, around the
I obtained a big lock of her hair in a glove, and I made up my mind to propose. And the cab sped away as I knocked on the door, and the answer decided my fate. For my rival had been there 10 minutes before, so that I was 10 minutes too late. Punctuality's all very proper, I know, and I'll hurry and worry I hate, for it always occurs wherever I go. I'm exactly 10 minutes too late. I could jump on a horse or a car or a tram to be nicely in time for the train. I am quite in a fever and all in a fuss when I find all my efforts in vain. When I find myself safe in the station at last, I believe it's 5 minutes to 8. I observe by the clock and it's 5 minutes past, so that I am 10 minutes too late. Punctuality's all very proper, I know, and I'll hurry and worry I hate, for it always occurs wherever I go. I'm exactly 10 minutes too late.
things along. If every fellow looked out for himself, and the good things all went to the strong. If nobody thought a little for you, John, and nobody gave a rap about me, and we lived all alone in the battle of life, what an awful, sad, lonely world this would be. If there was no such thing as a flag in the sky, as a symbol of comradeship here, and if we lived as the animals live in the woods, with nothing held sacred nor dear, and if selfishness ruled from birth to the end, and never a neighbour had we, and never we gave to another in need, what a horribly lonely world this would be. If we were rich as the richest on earth, like Massimo, and strong as the strongest that lives, and yet never we knew the delight and the charm of the smile that the other man gives. If kindness was never a part of ourselves, though we owned all the land we could see, and if friendship meant nothing at all to us here, what a terrible world this would be, wouldn't it? Life is sweet because of all the friends we make, and the things that in common we share. And we want to live on, not because of ourselves, but because of those people who care. For it is giving and doing for somebody else. On that all of life's splendour depends. And all the joy in this world, when you've summed it all up, is found in the making of friends.
I thought John Clemens told a story about throwing the dog out the window of the train, but it reminded me of one that I had years ago. This man and woman were in a train, and the woman had a little dog, and the old man started smoking a pipe. And the dog started snarling, wriggling, and the smoke was upsetting him. And the old woman, she says, "Excuse me, sir," she said, "would you mind putting out your pipe? It is upsetting my dog." So the old man stayed fogging away at the pipe, he wouldn't listen to her. And she asked him the second time, and no good. And eventually she grabbed the pipe and threw it out the window.
Oh.
So if she did, old man grabbed the dog, the poodle, and out the window with him. They were about a mile from the railway station. And when she got to the station, she got out, she called the station master, and she complained to your man, and your man was defending his case, how that he was entitled to smoke his pipe in the train. And she was arguing, and he was arguing, and your man was trying to keep the peace between them. And with that, what comes on running up the platform with the little dog, and what do you think he's hanging out of his mouth?
His tongue?
No, his tongue. There's a tear in your eye, and I'm wondering why, for it never should be there at all. With such power in your smile, sure a stone you'd beguile, and as never a teardrop should fall. Your sweet lilting laughter's like some fairy song, and your eyes twinkle bright as can be. You should laugh all the while and all other times smile. Now smile, a smile for me. When Irish eyes are smiling, sure 'tis like a morning spring. In the lilt of Irish laughter, you can hear the angels sing. When Irish lads are happy, all the world seems bright and gay. And when Irish eyes are smiling, should it steal your heart away?
Of things you remember the most, it's mountains and its valleys, its islands and its coasts. Paint me a picture of Ireland, of things your memory still holds. green, white and gold. The old man, he had left Ireland when the famine was still in its prime, leaving a dying people to survive in a race against time. He landed like millions of others to a country that opened its doors, but he never forgot his homestead and shared stories of family and more.
Hogan Grant stretches far and wide, from Raheed to Drummahead. He has some cows, fat sows, and he even wears pyjamas in the bed. I know you're in love with young Mickey Joe, him with the rakish eye. I see the way you look at him whenever he passes by. I know he's handsome, but he doesn't own a motor car, so he drinks and he fights above the McCarthy's every night. You're Kate, once I was young and pretty too. The sun seems long and thin, and the skies were always blue. I was 19, your father 53. He owned the land on which we stand, and that was good enough for me. Tears are not for the daytime, not for the night. You will have a daughter of your own, Kate, one day. Teach her right from wrong. Rear her strong and healthy, and pray guidance from above that she'll marry for love just like me. That's it.
Can make my wife and sing, oh, in a honky, oh, in Chicago. Oh, with a broken heart and a woman on my mind. I asked the man behind the bar to play the jukebox, oh, and the music takes me back to Tennessee. Oh, well, I asked, oh, who's the fool? Oh, in the corner, crying, I said, hey, a little old wine, drink to me.
And they let the people through, and the first to cross the threshold of that Isle of Hope and Tears was Annie, moved from Ireland, who was only 15 years. Isle of hope, Isle of tears, Isle of freedom, Isle of fears. But it's not the Isle you left behind. That Isle of hunger, Isle of pain, Isle you'll never see again. But the Isle of hope is always on your mind.
I have seen since I left my home in Ireland, that lovely isle so green. But the spot that haunts my memory is the place I long to be. By that lovely mud-walled cottage by the banks of the Owney Cree. Oh, it's often along those mossy banks we stroll in summertime. With my Uncle Jack and Brother Dan, I learned to cast the line. And 'twas there I first met Nora when the autumn moon did shine. And amongst those sally bushes she promised she'd be mine. Where that lovely river rises up there by Gathabon, and it winds its way to meet the Flesk by Lyre and Milleenbon. As it passes by the Quagmire Bridge, it's a lovely sight to see, with trout and salmon jumping, 'twould fill your heart with glee. Oh, my mind goes back to so many years ago, when we sat beside that great cascade with Donal and Pat Joe. And we watched those salmon rising on their journey up the stream. I still can see those happy days, but only in a dream. So now we teach the young lads to fish with rod and fly, just like old Jack and Dan taught me in the good old summertime, when they told those fishing stories from the dusk till break of day. about those 20-pounders and the ones that got away.
Weeping, or again to hear the ripple of the trout stream, the women in the meadows making hay, or to sit beside a turf fire in a cabin and watch the barefoot gossoons as they play. For the breeze that's blowing o'er the sea from Ireland is perfumed by the heather as it blows, and the women in the uplands digging praties speak a language that the strangers do not know. For the strangers came and tried to teach us their ways. They scorned us for being what we are, but they might as well go chasing after moonbeams or light a penny candle from the stars.
Along the road to Rome, Sullivan's John, sure you won't stick it long, for your belly will soon be slack. You'll be rowing the road with a mighty load and a tootin' box on your back. I met Ketty Coffee, she turned neat babby, clung behind on her back, strapped on. She'd an old ash plant all in her hand, for to drive a donkey along, inquiring in every farmer's house as she passed along the way. Oh, it's where would she find an old pot to mend, or where would she swap an ass? I heard of a fair in the county Clare, at a place called Stansell Hill, where my brother James got a wealth of hames, poor Paddy they tried to kill. They loaded him up in an old laughing cart, while Mary and Pat looked on. Oh, bad luck to the day that I went away for to join a tinker's band.